Beneath the calm waters of our oceans lie countless cargo ships ferrying goods across the world. These massive vessels are marvels of modern engineering, capable of transporting immense quantities of cargo across vast distances. However, amidst the hustle and bustle of international trade, there are dangers lurking beneath the surface. The transportation of hazardous materials, improper handling, and inadequate safety measures can lead to dangerous accidents that threaten lives, cargo, and the environment. These incidents can be dramatic and devastating, highlighting the high-stakes risks associated with the shipping industry. In today's video, we will be showing you dangerous cargo ships accidents caught on camera. Without further ado, let's begin. Sanchi Oil Tanker Collision, 2018. The Sanchi oil tanker collision was a very dangerous accident that occurred on January 6, 2018 in the East China Sea. The Sanchi, an Iranian-owned oil tanker carrying 136,000 tons of condensate oil, collided with the CF Crystal, a Hong Kong-registered bulk freighter, causing a massive explosion and fire. The collision resulted in the deaths of all 32 crew members on board the Sanchi, and the oil spill caused significant environmental damage to the surrounding area. The fire continued to burn for more than a week, making it difficult for rescue and cleanup efforts to take place. The incident was considered one of the worst oil tanker accidents in decades, and it highlighted the dangers of transporting large quantities of oil and other hazardous materials across the world's oceans. Ever Given Grounding, 2021. The Ever Given Grounding was a major maritime accident that occurred on March 23, 2021 in the Suez Canal. The Ever Given, a 400-meter-long container ship owned by Evergreen Marine Corporation and registered in Panama, ran aground and became stuck in the canal, blocking all traffic in both directions. The incident caused a major disruption to global trade, as the Suez Canal is one of the busiest shipping routes in the world, with around 12% of global trade passing through it. The ship was finally refloated 6 days later, with the help of dredgers and tugboats, allowing traffic to resume through the canal. The exact cause of the accident is still under investigation, but it is believed to have been caused by strong winds and poor visibility. Vienna 1 Cargo Ship Fire, 2021. The Vienna 1 cargo ship fire was a maritime accident that occurred on January 1, 2021 in the waters of Vietnam. The Vienna 1, a 2,700-ton cargo ship carrying chemicals, caught fire and eventually sank, leading to a major oil spill and environmental damage. The incident resulted in the deaths of 2 crew members, with 6 others reported missing and presumed dead. The fire burned for several days, and the ship eventually sank, releasing around 1,500 tons of oil into the sea. The oil spill affected around 50 kilometers of coastline, and the cleanup efforts were complicated by the hazardous nature of the chemicals on board the ship. Thorco Cloud Collision, 2015. The Thorco Cloud collision was a major maritime accident that occurred on December 16, 2015 in the Singapore Strait. The Thorco Cloud, a 20,000-ton cargo ship registered in Antigua and Barbuda, collided with the Stolt Commitment, a 37,000-ton chemical tanker registered in the Cayman Islands. The collision resulted in significant damage to both vessels, with the Thorco Cloud sinking within minutes of the impact. The incident resulted in the deaths of 6 crew members on board the Thorco Cloud, with 1 other crew member reported missing and presumed dead. The Stolt Commitment sustained damage to its bow, but none of its crew members were injured. Tote Maritime El Faro Sinking, 2015. The Tote Maritime El Faro sinking was a tragic maritime accident that occurred on October 1, 2015, off the coast of the Bahamas. The El Faro, a 240-meter-long cargo ship owned by Tote Maritime and registered in the United States, was en route from Jacksonville, Florida, to San Juan, Puerto Rico, when it encountered Hurricane Joaquin, a Category 3 storm. Despite efforts to avoid the storm, the El Faro ultimately sank, resulting in the deaths of all 33 crew members on board. The incident was the worst maritime disaster involving a U.S.-flagged vessel in more than 30 years, and it prompted a widespread investigation into the safety and regulatory oversight of the shipping industry. The incident highlighted the risks associated with operating in extreme weather conditions and the need for effective communication and decision-making processes on board ships. Yantian Express Fire, 2019. The Yantian Express Fire was a major maritime accident that occurred on January 3, 2019 in the Atlantic Ocean. The Yantian Express, a 320-meter-long container ship owned by Hapag-Lloyd and registered in Germany, was en route from Colombo, Sri Lanka to Halifax, Canada, when a fire broke out in one of its containers. The fire quickly spread to other containers on board the vessel, leading to a major blaze that took several weeks to fully extinguish. The incident resulted in the loss of several hundred containers and significant damage to the vessel, but none of the crew members were injured. The incident highlighted the risks associated with the transport of cargo by sea, particularly the potential for fires and other hazardous incidents. It also underscored the need for effective emergency response procedures and the importance of proper training for crew members. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, but it is believed to have been caused by the improper packing or handling of dangerous goods on board the vessel. APL Vancouver Fire 2020. The APL Vancouver fire was a major maritime accident that occurred on January 31, 2020 in the Pacific Ocean. The APL Vancouver, a 277-meter-long container ship owned by APL and registered in Singapore, was en route from Shikou, China to Los Angeles, USA, when a fire broke out in one of its cargo holds. The fire quickly spread to other containers on board the vessel, leading to a major blaze that took several days to fully extinguish. The incident resulted in the loss of several hundred containers and significant damage to the vessel, but none of the crew members were injured. The incident highlighted the risks associated with the transport of cargo by sea, particularly the potential for fires and other hazardous incidents. It also underscored the need for effective emergency response procedures and the importance of proper training for crew members. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, but it is believed to have been caused by the improper packing or handling of dangerous goods on board the vessel. Ever Given Blockage 2021. The Ever Given blockage was a major maritime incident that occurred on March 23, 2021 in the Suez Canal. The Ever Given, a 400-meter-long container ship owned by Shuikis and Keisha and registered in Panama, ran aground and became lodged across the canal, blocking traffic in both directions. The incident caused a major disruption to global trade, as the Suez Canal is a critical shipping route that connects the Mediterranean and Red Seas and provides a shortcut between Europe and Asia. Hundreds of vessels were forced to wait for days for the canal to be cleared, and some were forced to reroute around the southern tip of Africa, adding weeks to their journey times and significantly increasing costs. The cause of the incident is still under investigation, but it is believed to have been caused by strong winds and a sandstorm that reduced visibility and made it difficult to maneuver the vessel. The incident highlighted the risks associated with operating large vessels in narrow and confined waterways, particularly in adverse weather conditions. Efforts to refloat the Ever Given were complicated by its massive size and weight, as well as the delicate nature of the canal's banks and infrastructure. After several days of intense efforts by salvage teams, the vessel was finally refloated and towed to a nearby anchorage for inspection and repairs. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.